Hello and welcome back to another episode of Reopening the X-Files, Marina and Nate's rewatch of the TV phenomenon, The X-Files. I'm Nate, also known as the Ultimate Movie Geek, and I am joined once again by Powell, the enigmatic Ancient Powell, sorry.
That's fair.
Sorry, bloody hell, I didn't think you liked it that much. We're back again, back to go through...
The Renegade Master.
Yeah, oh, it's derailed. We're only 34 seconds in.
Go on.
That's good. I don't even know what I was saying. We're back again to talk about our favourite show, one of our favourite shows, The X-Files, with episode 14, Genderbender. Do you want to know what this episode's about, Powell?
Yeah.
In this episode, Mulder and Scully begin investigating a series of murders following sexual encounters. The two soon discover that a member of a religious sect living in Massachusetts
This is beautiful.
may be responsible and may not be human at all. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so that's as excited I'm going to get about that episode, because this episode is bad. It's bad because it seems like it's been pulled together and like thrown together, because like nothing seems to link. The whole plot of the story, that the murders, it's like tenuously linked to the what were they called? They're like the Amish people, the kindred, and it just, whoa, God, it dragged. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I'd agree. I didn't like this the first time I watched it. I struggled to remember quite a lot about it, if I'm honest.
Wait on earlier as well.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, I didn't enjoy this one. This was one of the boring ones. Again, I think they've tried to do something different.
Yeah.
Kind of got the alien spin on it at the end.
Yeah, but as a sort of like off the cuff thing.
Yeah, it is. It's quite a strange episode, and it's like all about these people who, and you'll have heard of it before, like your pheromones and stuff, isn't it, that you give off,
Yeah.
and that's what makes people attracted to you and things, and all the stuff that you're not aware of, and that these people are like, they're almost like shapeshifters.
Yeah.
And they're going one of these, what are they called?
Kindreds.
Kindreds.
Yeah.
Is buggered off. It's like you say, it's like in an Amish place almost.
Yeah. It's like
they're buggered off to the big smoke, getting their end away, in nightclubs, seedy nightclubs and that.
Yeah.
That's what dates this as well. The club scene.
The club scene and Scully's
yeah.
sort of throwaway remark that they're investigating the death of the guy.
He'd gone back to a hotel.
Gone back to a hotel with a one night stand. Bloody hell, even I sound dated. One night stand.
One night stander.
With a shag, right? And it's she just says, it's hard to believe in this day and age. I can't remember what she says. It's something like that.
Like, oh, people go home with somebody that they're a complete stranger in this day and age. It's like, Scully, that's happened for as long as we've been around on the planet.
It's either, like you say, it's either trying to highlight her religious background,
yeah,
and saying Catholic, that she's a little bit of a fuddy-duddy, or I don't know, or it's just a dated episode.
Yeah, but even then, people were like that. So
yeah, but like you've said before, not when we're recording. It's like old people, how they seem to have this sense about them that nothing like that happens.
Yeah.
But they probably partook in it.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Like if you talk to somebody who's older now, they won't have had sex before they unless they're honest, they won't have had sex before they were married. They waited, and they didn't get up to anything like that. And like actually, when you talk to older people and they're honest with you,
nothing's changed.
Nothing has changed.
It's just people are a little bit more
and don't get me wrong,
about it now.
I'm not saying everybody is very,
promiscuous.
Yeah, they're not. But it's not to say that people weren't back then.
Yeah.
And it just made me laugh, that comment.
Yeah.
It was like, what?
It's just, it does it. And I even think the people in the room,
Yeah.
because I think she's the only female in the room, isn't she? And then all the other, I suppose that's probably what it is. It's highlighting that she's the only female in the room.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe she's the only one who's fussy.
Yeah. Well, she's not later on in the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. So the
That's what's
episode
highlighting that as well.
progresses. This like Amish guy is talking away to her, and she's trying to shake his hand and said, "I'm not, I'm not trying to scare you. I won't hurt you." Blah blah blah. And as he shakes her hand, he starts rubbing her hand, and she goes over all funny, isn't she? And it's like, well, what's that? And it's almost, you don't really get what that is.
It's the way they do it, because like the guy who's committing these murders, even though he's not trying to, is he trying to murder them? I can't remember. That's how closely I looked at this. Yeah, he knows he's going to die.
The person is what it is. This person goes off to Big Smoke, gets his and her end away, because as soon as they finish the dirty deed, they sort of walk off into the shadows. The person who've been with has a massive like Connery.
After the massive, amazing sex.
Yeah, and then they transform. So if it was a woman, it turns into a man, and then vice versa. The interesting thing in this episode, you might have in your fanboy facts.
Are you going to ruin one of my fanboy facts? I've only got very limited fanboy facts.
I won't go there then, we'll save it for fanboy facts. But there's a little guest star appearance almost, isn't there?
Yeah, and luckily it was a forgettable episode, because...
Yeah, because it would have ruined...
Because he's in... Oh, you may as well just say it. Go on.
We'll wait. But this, it's just a bit of a dragged out, not very well thought of storyline. And like you said, it does flip, really. It's a bit odd.
The whole linking thing is the guy who dies at the beginning starts foaming at the mouth, and then Mulder quickly determines that it's some kind of sort of, not sand, but bloody mineral from this area in Massachusetts that's nearby, that is around, that the kindred have the land to. So that's the link, and then they go over there to suggest that maybe the murderer is from there, and that's how he jumps to it. But then there's I don't know, it drags, and then they get welcomed into the kindred's home.
Not really welcomed in.
No.
Yeah. It honestly, I don't think we should say any more about the story.
You could skip this one.
It's not.
Scully almost gets raped, doesn't she? Or is it rape if you're pheromoned and?
I don't know. Yeah, she was
almost enjoying it.
Loved up, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She thought she wasn't. She was also scared, but she couldn't control, because whatever these things have got in them, it sort of makes you go willingly along with it.
Yeah, willingly.
Yeah, it's a forgettable one. I don't think it's one of the best by far. I think it's kind of down there with Space, really.
Yeah, and it ends with a Deus Ex Machina, which is like a sudden fix all, which film people will know. It's like when there's a problem. Excuse me. Like where an unsolvable problem in a story is suddenly and abruptly resolved. In this case, the very end, and the episode ends abruptly. Everything's at the kindred's farm is locked up and filled in. There's no tunnels. We didn't even mention the tunnels. And there's a field, a crop field nearby, with a circular crop mark.
Yeah.
And it's like, so they're aliens then?
Yeah. I reckon the writers just couldn't give a shit on this. Maybe it worked so hard to do such a good series and come up with something new.
You've got to have a couple of duds, haven't you?
Yeah, they must have just been like, just go with it. I'm having a weekend off.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people probably like this one out there, and that's,
But I notice as well, after they leave the farm or whatever it is, the Mulder and Scully, when they're talking in the car, it's very stilted, and it's almost like they couldn't be arsed with it.
Yeah.
it seems like, I don't know the filming, the way they filmed it, but it seems a little bit
even though it was shot
half-assed.
like
Yeah,
the bit where they were chasing brother, whatever he was called, brother Andrew, and Scully, Mulder had been knocked down in the corridor. Scully was in the room, and she sort of sits up, sees a dead body, but like
she gets away from it like she's scared.
repels in horror at it.
How the hell did you remember Brother Andrew?
I don't know.
No, Brother Andrew is the one who Scully.
Yeah, that's who they were after.
No, Brother Martin was the bad guy.
Oh, or whatever. Yeah, and she recoils in horror at this dead body.
Yeah.
It's like, she wouldn't do that because they see dead bodies all the time in their line of work.
She's
a medical doctor and a pathologist or whatever they call.
She's everything.
Yeah, well, let's face it, we know that. She's
I almost called you Scully then.
But that doesn't make sense. It's a very strange episode.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like
if it was filmed earlier.
Yeah. And they hadn't really got the characters down.
No, pat. And they hadn't got the
that's what I was thinking
dynamic
before.
And the chemistry. It's a very strange one. I would still watch it if you're watching the X-Files because I don't think you should miss them.
Yeah.
But not one of my favourites,
no.
Safe to say.
And yesterday we said that we didn't show our eldest son because we were rewatching them with him. So it's like the first time you've seen it.
Yeah, he's too young, I think.
Well, I don't. After watching it again.
No, but it's the content.
I know the content
adult,
is, but it's
it?
a bit. It's quite tame, really, from what I remember. So my own personal memories of it, thought it was.
Yeah.
Because no gratuitous sex scenes in it, is there?
Not really, just the end of
Just the end.
No. Should we got a fanboy facts?
What, everybody's favourite part of the show? Fanboy facts. Can't even bother. I didn't do it again. Sorry. I will get on it. Probably.
What, the synthesizer?
The synthesizer,
yeah. Can't wait.
So this is the fanboy fact that Powell alluded to earlier. Nicholas Lee is in this episode. He plays one of the Brother Malcolm's victims?
Yeah.
Is he a victim if he's having fun?
He's a victim.
Who later goes on to play
Krycek.
Alex Krycek, the bad guy.
When do we introduce him?
Like a bad penny, isn't it?
Season 2
it's when Scully gets abducted.
Oh, so we're in season 2.
So it must have been on the horizon. And like I say, forgettable episode. So
yeah, because he's not Krycek in this episode.
No, he's Michael.
I don't know who Krycek is.
I
got his name wrong.
Krycek. The first episode to be directed by Rob Bowman. He would go on to direct 33 more episodes in the series, and of course was also handed the plum assignment of directing the first feature film, The X-Files Fight the Future, in 1998. I cannot wait to watch that film again, strangely. Yeah. I'm really, really excited because we're like ramping up, and that was the culmination of everything.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they didn't answer everything, did they? No, they didn't.
Yeah,
asked about the similarities between the Kindred and the Amish, Chris Carter responded that they don't watch TV, so I wasn't worried. It's got another example of Scully missing the supernatural twist. As you said, she's knocked over next to the corpse, and the woman at this point runs away. Brother Weber runs away. Martin, yeah, knocks Mulder down against a wall, turns into a man, kicks Mulder in the face, and then runs away. But Mulder sees the transformation from female to male.
So, is that really naff? Like,
yeah, it's like a quick turn and then a quick turn. I could probably do it with my green screen and all that. Well, no, I couldn't. I'm crap. It's got Deus Ex Machina ending, which I mentioned, and finally, and lastly, because I think this is the best one, the big painting shown a few times on the wall of the discotheque. That's what they call it in the discotheque.
Discotheque.
Jesus, is a copy of a painting by H.R. Geiger, the Swiss artist who designed Alien from 1979.
Right.
And that's the end of Fanboy Facts.
Even the Fanboy Facts are a bit shite,
well, I had to fill that out myself. There was only 2 that I could find.
Yeah. Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl.
Give it a whirl. You might like it. You know, not saying
Yeah.
we're right. It's
You
just
get to see
not our
Scully
favourite.
making like funny faces, like she's like seduced.
Yeah, she doesn't look very fit, seduced like.
Oh,
Soz and that.
I don't know.
I know she's your bird.
She's not my bird.
I know she's your woman.
She's my woman. Hey, Halloween, we should dress as Mulder and Scully.
To try and find some like 90s massive shoulder pads,
Oh, just
camel and beige coloured pantsuits. Jeez.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll get to take a picture.
You're too
Post
small
this on the
to be-
Instagram.
You're too small to be Mulder.
Don't wear high heels.
Eh?
And then we'll look the right
I'll
size.
do a flatties.
We're going off on one now.
I know.
Anyway, thanks for listening to our never-ending podcast through the X-Files. This episode has killed me a little bit inside.
I think we can tell we're both like,
Midweek as well. It's hard. Oh, come on the weekend. Anyway, thanks for listening. And remember, follow me on Twitter at Movie Ultimate, Instagram and Facebook at Ultimate Movie Geek, and share and subscribe. And remember, the truth is out there. I don't know why I've never ended like that before. That's such a perfect ending, and I've just ruined it. The truth is out there.